Hi there. This trap is called Too Eager against the Riga. It's in the Riga variation of the open Spanish e4 and e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, the bishop withdraws to a4, knight f6, and white castles. So the Riga variation starts out as an open Spanish where black takes that pawn on e4, allowing white to prise open the center with d4, and in the Riga variation, black dangerously takes the pawn with e takes on d4, allowing rook e1, hitting the knight on e4, and black defends it with d5. Knight takes d4, a lot of pressure on that pinned knight on c6, which is ignored by black by the move bishop d6 with counter threats against h2. After knight takes on c6, black indeed sacrifices the bishop on h2, and we've looked at king takes h2, king h1, probably white's best move, and in previous videos we've looked at king f1. We're going to continue this king f1 line, which allows black to play queen to h4 with a mate threat on f2. White really doesn't have too much with discovered attacks with the knight, although the knight back to d4 is considered white's best move here. Check with a bishop coming to e3 and the knight maybe dropping back afterwards to f3, forking the queen and the bishop. But how about rook takes on e4? Been played many times, but it's a losing idea for white. After rook takes on e4, which incidentally is a decent move if the king is on h1. If instead d takes on e4, we looked in previous videos, we mentioned that this move was played, queen d8 has been played. That was in the game 1906 where Nimzovich with the black pieces went on to win. We explored in the B&B trap this move knight to a7 instead. How about knight to e5? Well, that's check. Black's going to interpose with the b pawn, so b5. And white here is in fact losing in all variations, but let's have a look at one line. Queen d5 at least has some offensive ideas of attacking the rook on a8, but in this position black is winning. I noticed a player called Le Bon, not particularly well rated. He scored very highly with this Spanish Riga. He played bishop takes on e5 here against a much higher rated player, went on to win, but the better line for black is simply to castle, give up that rook on a8. Black can pick up the knight on e5, and although white here is a piece up, a whole piece up, white is totally losing. There's mate threats now with queen h1. White gets nothing with bishop to b3. If queen back to d5, then white's winning with queen h1. That's going to mate after king e2, bishop g4 is going to be mate in a couple of moves. So this has been Too Eager against the Riga in the Riga variation of the Open Spanish. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.